All right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, Ma'amath. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly and willingly called God of Jehovah. Bahashem meaning in the name of. Yahweh Shai meaning he who delivers, who the world ignorantly and willingly called JC today. I want to give a double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, and another double honor to my elder as well, Ahar One bin Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the 144,000 hopeful elect, pushing this truth across the four winds, and to the one-third remnant believers on Yahweh Hashem Al Shah, Shalom, Shalom. But this is going to be a quick lesson, based off this video that the brother, the real Hebrew Israelites, the brother Dre Vaughn posted. Very diligent brother on the YouTube, subscribe, the real Hebrew Israelites. Always doing the work of the Lord, beautiful brother. But it's going to be a quick video based off of this video that I've seen, basically these devils, these small hatters, these 1948ers trying to pick a fight on every side. They picking a fight with the Palestinians, in that land, because ultimately they want to take their land. And now, they're trying to basically pick a fight with us for the spirit of the Lord being given into his sons, and we ain't even in that land. We're way here in America, with them being the forefront of the transatlantic slave trade. These small hatters, the ones that own the slave ships. So, man, this is gonna be a quick video based off of this video I seen.
Of the Israeli government holding a private convention here in the United States. One of the people in attendance at this secret meeting was Judith Varnai Shorer. She's a former Israeli consul general who was operating out of Atlanta. She was one of the main people saying that the biggest problem that they had was young black people in the United States. But don't worry, they've got some black leaders on the payroll.
The major problem.
She said, don't worry, they got some black leaders on the payroll. He's just slid that in there. You know what I'm saying? COINTELPRO, Judas Goats, black leaders on the payroll. These 501c3 charter Israelite camps, man. IUIC, Nate the Snake allegedly being a Mason, throwing up major Mason symbols allegedly. And, all these other people that's in league with the government. But Nate the Snake of IUIC, they basically have counsel with these people allegedly. Basically it's a word that I'm looking for, but basically this Israel, they basically gotta put their names down and stuff like that of everybody in their congregation to these small hatters. It's a certain organization that they go through. But you got to keep your eye on these 501c3 charter camps, man. They say they got black. I'm gonna let it play again.
The problem of Israel is with the young generation of the black community. The problem of Israel is with the young generation of the black community. Black is with the young generation of the black community.
This was an Israeli government official who was saying this, not some low-level operative or some rogue member of their diplomatic corps. This was a senior member of their administrative government who was saying this on American soil. Their biggest problem wasn't Hamas or Hezbollah or the Palestinian Authority or Syria or even Iran. She said that Israel's biggest problem was young black people in the United States. Of the Israeli government holding a private convention here in the United States. One of the people in attendance at this secret meeting was Judith Varnai Shorer. She's a former Israeli consul general who was operating out of Atlanta. She was one of the main people saying that the biggest problem that they had was young black people in the United States. But don't worry, they've got some black leaders on the payroll.
They got some black leaders on the payroll. You know what I'm saying? So man. Going into I'm gonna start off with this precept in the book of Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 1. And the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. So when it's all said and done with, the mountain of the Lord's house is going to be established at the top of all the mountains. Israel being exalted, through the spirit and power of Yahushua. That new body, the new Jerusalem coming from the sky out of those chariots, man. When the Lord come back, the second coming of the Lord, he's going to establish Jerusalem, and all nations are going to flow into it. And it says, verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. So, right, and this ain't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? The Lord having this, establish the house of Israel above all the nations yet. Because the scripture said Jerusalem shall be a perpetual praise or something like that when it's all said and done with. But point being, it says, verse 4, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So, right, these devils right now, they in the spirit of Joel chapter 3, beating their plowshares into swords. But the scripture said when Israel is established, they're going to beat their swords into pruning hooks, into farming tools, because they're going straight into slavery when it's all said and done with. It ain't gonna be no other nation ruling with the nation of Israel. Yahushua gonna rule. We're gonna set up our King David, and then 144,000. And after that, Yahweh Ratazam a part of that number. All nations are gonna be in servitude under the elect of the Lord, under the house of Israel. They're not going to learn war anymore, but right now they getting prepped up and amped up and getting ready to go to war, trying to take the rest of the land, in Ezekiel 36:5 spirit, trying to, basically take the rest of the land of the Israel from the Palestinians, from those Ishmaelites that's on the other side in the Gaza Strip, man. But this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33, starting at verse 36. There is none like unto thee, God of Jeshurun, who rideth upon the heaven in thy help, and in his excellency on the sky. The eternal God is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. Right, so when it's all said and done with, all the curses are going to fall onto these devils, man. For appoint the Lord's land into their heritage with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. For doing all sorts of wickedness around the earth, man. It's going to be a recompense for that. And it says, the eternal God is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms, and he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon the land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. Right, so when it's all said and done with, we're not going to have to constantly work to obtain, small things like how we have to do on this side. You'll work all week, your joints and your body hurting. You see what I'm saying? Just to get these devils your money, constantly these devils will charge you every month for rent. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be paying no rent in the kingdom, to these devils, putting our money in the bags with holes in it when it's all said and done with. Israel's gonna dwell in safety alone. They ain't gonna be able to enter into those gates. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be able to enter into the Lord's gates unless they, working or whatever the case may be. If that, I don't even know how that's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Unless they doing some slave work or some slave labor when it's all said and done with in the kingdom. But it says, verse 29, happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people, saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help, who is the sword of thy excellency, as thine enemy shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon thy high places. Right, and that's what we're doing, man. Our enemies have been found liars. We treading upon their high places, basically with the word of the Lord. Casting down our enemies with the blood of the Lamb. The spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua sent down to give us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to tread upon their high places, man. when it's all said and done with. But come, man, ultimately it says, happy art thou, Israel, who was like unto thee, people saved by the Lord, right? We're going to be saved by the Lord, not by no carnal means, not by no guns, you see what I'm saying? Not by all these carnal things that these 501c3 charter camps focus on. We're not out there with guns and protesting at these shit that ain't got nothing to do with us, these places, man, when it's all said and done with. Come, man. So come, man. Ultimately, Israel is going to dwell in safety alone. Point being, when the Lord come back and destroy these nations, and what it says, he had many grounds in his hand. But it's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, starting at verse 13, 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he hath driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Right, so that's what it's going to be. The Lord is delivering us from the land of the north, just like he delivered us from all these previous captivities, being Babylon, Egypt, Nineveh, and all these places, that the Lord delivered his people. But it says, behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord, and they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks. So right, we in the spirit of fishing right now. The Lord had told one of the disciples that I would make the fishers of men, and he had made us fishers of men as well. And after, he gonna send for those many hunters, the chariots, angels, you know what I'm saying? Even the men of the Lord that are going to be endued with spiritual power, out here doing the work of the Lord, protecting his sheep, you know what I'm saying? Protecting the weak, those that call on his name and that believe on the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, the believers of the Lord, that 1/3 remnant. There's going to be certain men of the Lord that got a job to take care of a certain amount of the Lord's people, to be in the spirit of Moses. How Moses was when he took care of 600,000 or more than that coming out of Egypt, probably, I think it was 600,000, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, people, Israelites. Had some heathens in there, but the Lord ultimately got them up out of there as well. But man, the Lord has sent for many fishers. We're in the spirit of fishing now, but soon we're gonna see those hunters. We see the chariots, you see what I'm saying? We see the signs, the Lord sent us many signs when it's all said and done with. Sometimes you'll go outside and look for a chariot. You don't see the chariot the whole time. You got your angels next to you. Your angels next to you, you know what I'm saying? In that spirit of ye men of Galilee. Why look us up? The same Yahushua coming, he coming back at the end of the day to deliver his people. So the only thing we can do these days is stay busy. Not being busybodies, but, stay busy and trying to, constantly flip the Lord's money until he get back. Because it's always time to work. It's always something that you can do, for the ministry, whether it be on camera or off camera. It says, verse 17, for my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from my eyes. And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled my inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things. Right, they appointed the Lord's land into their hands with a spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. Call themselves Jewish. You see what I'm saying? And then try to make us the problem. Accuse what it says, the accuser of thy brethren is cast down, which accused him day of night. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the lady in the video saying that the biggest problem is the young black people in America. You see what I'm saying? Not the people that they utterly trying to commit genocide on right now as we speak. You see what I'm saying? Not the so-called Iranians, but they basically trying to make us the problem when all we do is preach. Verse 19, the point, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Right. The elder basically stated yesterday, I believe it was the elder, my memory be slipping, but he said these devils was taught from a young age that their forefathers was the true Jews. You see what I'm saying? When they not. You see what I'm saying? They're not Jews at all. They just want to be us. You know, they was forced to be Jews. I mean, they're forced to follow our ways during the time of John Hyrcanus. You see what I'm saying? But these devils try to basically say that they the true people of the Lord when they not, man. You know, they inherited lies. Their forefathers inherited lies. And ultimately, it's going to be a recompense for that. You see what I'm saying? The Lord's going to, you know, well, he mixed ours up, but he said he's going to pour their indignation out, his indignation upon them without mixture when it's all said and done with it. And that's what we're waiting on. You know, so we're not like these 501c3 charter camps out here trying to basically proclaim ourselves, you know what I'm saying, to get the victory by carnal means such as a gun, man, when it's all said and done with. Ultimately, the only thing that you're doing is making the ministry look bad. And they're going to try to bunch all us up with these, what they said, they got agents in place. They got COINTELPRO. They got Judas Goats in place, man. They got Judas Goats in all these camps, man. By Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Right. You know, Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom, man. You know, and the Lord said his sword going to be bathed in heaven. Sword going to be bathed in heaven. You know, those ICBMs, those thermonuclear missiles that's going to destroy this place. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of the lambs and the goats, with the fat of kidneys and rams. For the Lord has a sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So right, man, when it's all said and done with, the Lord have a great sacrifice here in America. Everybody that's coming to America, jumping the border, coming here on boats and planes, you know, everybody that's here, they're here for a reason. You know, they're here for a reason. They're here for, you know, judgment, you know, for the Lord's will to be done, for whatever they did in their past life, man. The Lord have a great sacrifice in the land of Basra. And Basra was a chief city in Edom, you know, in the meantime. But Edom is wherever the Edomites dwell. Just like Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, Edom is a people before it's a place. You got Edomites in our land right now calling themselves Ish. And then you got America ran by, you know, Edomites, being the house of Esau, the revised Roman Empire, and all these places, man. You see what I'm saying? Spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, spiritual Egypt, when it's all said and done with. It says, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness, for it's the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. So right, she did all that, saying that so-called young black people in America is the biggest problem. But, you know, the Lord said he gonna do all this for the controversy of Zion. Since everybody got a problem with it, we're gonna see who the Lord's people is when he start saving and when he start destroying, when it's all said and done with. So right, it's the year of the Lord's vengeance, man, because we already went through our punishment, you know, via slavery. You know, I look at slavery, you know, enslaving our people in a whole different manner now. All those people, the pictures you seeing with the people had they back beat in, scars and stripes on their back. The same people that was standing in line talking about crucify him. So I don't feel bad about the judgment no more. You see what I'm saying? Because we deserved it. You see what I'm saying? You did something for the Lord to pick you to have to go through that. Just like, you know, the brothers on this side, we go through so much, you know, but the Lord, we was handpicked by the Lord. What it says, I knew thee before I formed thee in the womb. We was formed to go through the things that we go through. Ultimately, we're going to get the victory, Yahweh Ratazah, if we endure to the end, or if our name was written in the book of life from the jump, man. But come on, man, the Lord is doing all this for the controversy of Zion, man, when it's all said and done with. So really, you know, beautiful time to be alive, to see the fall of our enemies. Salakia. To see the fall of our enemies through the spirit and power of the Lord, man. But this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, in verse 1. Also thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, Ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because the enemy has said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession, right? With the devil, Judith, you know what I'm saying? Whatever she said, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make us the problem. You know, that's her saying, aha, no, this is ours. We the people. You know what I'm saying? We the true people. Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua, because the enemy has said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. Therefore, prophesy and say, thus said the Lord Yahweh, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are in infamy of the people. So right, that's what she doing. She talking. She moving her lips vainly. You know what I'm saying? Trying to boast herself, saying that she ish minister and all these things. When you a damn Edomite, a damn heathen, man. You know, in the lips of talkers. And ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are in infamy of the people. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh to the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, and to the desolate wastes, and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about you. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession, with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds to cast it out to a praise. All right, man. You know, the fire of the Lord's jealousy. You know what I'm saying? You damn devils, they speak, you know, proudly against the people of the Lord. You know, and with the spiteful minds that, you know, to cast the Lord's, what it says, therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathens. All right, man, the Lord is speaking against these devils, you know, through the men of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We prophesying against these devils, like the Lord said, prophesying against Mount Seir, which have appointed my land into their possession. They appointed the Lord's land in 1948 through the Balfour Declaration into their possession, with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds that cast it out for a prey. So right, that's what they did. Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, and unto the hills, and to the rivers, and to the valleys, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I have lifted up my hand. Surely the heathen that are about you, they shall, Salakia. Surely the heathen that are about you, they shall be their shame. But ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people Israel, for they are at hand to come. For behold, I am for you, and I will turn unto you, and ye shall be tilled and sown. All right, once all said and done with, man, the Lord is going to save his people, man. The Lord going to be here for his people. We in that spirit of Deuteronomy 32 and 29. You know, all these heathens have inhabited lives, man, and basically trying to say that they the people, man, but their own tongue is falling upon themselves. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's just what it is, man. It's lucky I'm tongue twisted today, man. I'm thinking about all these things, but God, man, that's just what it is, man. The heathen's finna be utterly destroyed when it's all said and done with. That land is gonna be ultimately cleansed. So go ahead and wrap up everything with your war, man. Go ahead and keep messing with them people and go mess with Iran next. You know what I'm saying? We waiting patiently for it. So while you trying to boast yourself against us, you know, the Lord is gonna laugh at you. Like the scripture says, surely the Lord gonna laugh at you, man, because all the curses are falling upon you, man. You know, the spiteful minds that cast the Lord's land out for a prey, trying to say that it's yours, saying that the ancient high places are yours. You know what I'm saying? And doing all these things. But the Lord said what? He for his people. You know, he for us, you know, the ones that believe and that's gonna turn back and call upon his name. You know what I'm saying? When it's all said and done with. Yahweh Ratazah, I'm a part of that number. But it's going to be the last precept, because all said and done with, man. Israel is going to dwell in safety alone. You know what I'm saying? But it's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. And the Lord thy God shall put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which have persecuted thee. So right, when it's all said and done, when they persecuted us, they hate us, we took it up in the lips of talkers. They constantly boasting themselves, thinking that, coming in the spirit as if their house is going to last forever, man. When it's all said and done with, man. But, and the Lord thy God shall put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee and which persecute thee, man. So I pray this lesson edify me, keep going, keep pushing. When it's all said and done with, keep exposing these devils. The Lord's going to keep exposing these devils, and ultimately we're going to see the manifestation of all these devils being destroyed before our face. Whether we see it or whether we hear about it, whether you hear a missile hit somewhere, we know that the Spirit of the Lord, is working, manifesting, man. I pray this lesson was edifying. Shalom, on to the next.